Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for December 14th of 2025 is titled Juno Flyby of Ganymede and Jupiter. So what do we see here? Well, here we are going to see a video that is put together of images taken by the Juno spacecraft as it flew by Ganymede and Jupiter back in 2021. So they've been animated together to show us in video form what it might look like to fly by these two objects. Now the video runs about 4 minutes, so let's go ahead and start it while I discuss what we're looking at here. And as the video starts, we look off and we can see both Jupiter and Ganymede as a thin crescent. We move in towards Ganymede on June 7th of 2021, and we can see just a thin crescent there with the sun off in the distance. And we'll start to see some of the cratered parts of the surface, looking a lot like our own moon, but that will change quickly as we start to see a little more, and we start to see more structures there than we're used to seeing on our moon. Lighter colored flows where material has flowed over the surface, and this is a lot of icy material. So the surface of this moon is covered in ice, and this is the largest moon in the solar system, actually larger in size than the planet Mercury. And then as we move around, we get a full view of Ganymede here. As we look back, we can see many of the craters, the ice that has been dug out by newer craters where they were very bright. And as Ganymede recedes off into the distance now, we will start to move and look towards our second object that we will travel to, and that would be the planet Jupiter. And Jupiter will also come into view as a crescent phase because of our positioning. This was June 8th of 2021 as we begin to approach Jupiter. So we watch as we get closer and closer to the largest planet in the solar system. We can see lightning there down toward the lower right-hand side, lighting up the darker sections of Jupiter. And lightning does occur on Jupiter just as it does here on Earth, with discharges between the clouds in the atmosphere. Now, Juno is in a polar orbit, so we're coming in over the pole, and we'll see the very distinct blue color associated with the poles of Jupiter. And there we can see a lot of the storms and that blue color. So there's a lot going on here at the poles, and we can see those storms. We'll see lightning flashes from time to time if you watch where those happen to occur. And then we can see again all the details of the flows that have occurred. Now remember, these were still images that were put together, the lightning and then added in, but we can get an idea of what it would look like to fly over Jupiter like this. Now, as we move away from the polar region, we'll see the bluer color fade a little bit, and we're starting to get into more of the typical reds and browns and yellows that are associated with Jupiter. We can still see all of those storms that are present and a lot of the flow within the atmosphere. We pick up speed as we reach our closest approach here and kind of zip through the closest approach to Jupiter. And then we will move out toward the other side, reaching the other polar region, and we'll start to see the storms come back into view here, some of those white ovals, which are storms on Jupiter, as well as the blue region around the other pole. So we're learning a lot about Jupiter from Juno. It's giving us a lot of detail and a lot of close-up images. It's in a very elliptical orbit, as we saw it zoom in here very close to Jupiter. So it comes in close once every couple of months and then spends most of its time well away from Jupiter. Now that's to keep it out of Jupiter's strong magnetic field and radiation belts, to minimize damage to the craft and to extend the life of the craft so that it can continue for a longer period of time. If we tried to orbit just very close to Jupiter, that would be much more difficult. So here we get to see the flyby of Jupiter animated from images taken by the Juno spacecraft as it flew around Ganymede and Jupiter back in 2021. So that was our picture of the day for December 14th of 2025. It was titled Juno Flyby of Ganymede and Jupiter. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be Andromeda Sprite. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.